covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
New at 6, a lingerie store relocation is stirring up controversy in Redding. Plus, caught on camera, a shop owner chases after 2 suspected shoplifters in Chico. We show you the video caught on dash cam and tell you what happened to those involved. But first, we continue to track breaking news. Police arrested 4 people connected to 2 armed robberies in Chico.
Action News Now reporter Sade Pullen joins us live there from the scene near Magnolia Avenue and West 11th Avenue. Sade, how did police track down those suspects?
So, Haley, I talked to Sergeant Peter Durfee with Chico Police Department, and he tells me that around 2 p.m. there was reports of an armed robbery on the 300 block of Walnut Street in Chico. And when they got there, when officers arrived there, the suspect already fled. But then about an hour later, they got another call of another armed robbery on Esplanade, and the person that armed that robbery had the same description as the first robbery on Walnut Street. So Sergeant Durfee tells me that since they had the description and they matched both events, both people, they knew that they had their suspect. They were able to track the car, and the suspect drove over here on the street right now where I am. He has no relation to the street, no relatives live here, his house is not here. He randomly just chose this street to stop here, and that's when police were tracking him and they found him stopped. And not only was he in the car, but so was 3 other adults. Sergeant Peter Durfee tells me that those 3 other people were also involved in those armed robberies. Now, I don't know exactly their role. Durfee says that they're still trying to figure out what exactly on who did what or how they're all related, but long story short, all of them were all arrested, and they're in the Chico Police Department about to be booked into the Butte County Jail. He couldn't tell me any ages or names, but that's what we have at this point. How often is it that you see 2 armed robberies back to back in one day, an hour apart?
Not often. It has occurred in the past, when somebody wants to go on some type of a spree. But ultimately, Chico, we want to make it a safe community and safe as possible. At this point, I don't know any of the ages or races. I know they're all adults, but we'll do a press release later that'll give you more information.
Some of the neighbors tell me that they're pretty shaken up, but they tell me that overall they're glad that everyone is safe. And they tell me that they hope that something like this never happens again. They said they've never seen something like this. So as I stated before, and as Durfee stated before, we will let you know as soon as we have more details on those names, ages, and who exactly those 4 people are. Reporting live in Chico, I'm Sade Pullen with Action News Now.
Okay, thank you, Sade. And we're going to continue tracking this breaking news and bring you those details online and on air.
New at 6, a lingerie store relocation is causing some concern in Redding. Kiss Me Novelties and Lingerie was originally located on Hilltop Drive, but about 3 months ago the store moved into downtown. It's now located on the corner of Market and Tehama Streets, prompting some to call for increased rules about what makes a retailer an adult store and where such a store can be located. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield shows us what city leaders will consider.
The very number one thing I hear when they leave here is Redding needs something like this.
Stephanie Drew is the owner of Kiss Me Novelties and Lingerie, an intimate and beauty products business that relocated 3 months ago to the corner of Market and Tehama Streets from Hilltop Drive in Redding. But the relocation has not been met without controversy. Redding City Councilwoman Tanessa Audette says nearly a dozen people have contacted her with concerns about Kiss Me being here on Market Street in the heart of downtown Redding. But Drew pushed back on the idea that her store is an adult store.
But I don't have pornography, I don't have magazines, I don't have videos, I don't have anything depicting the act of, and nor would I want to because I have my children in here.
The business sells lingerie, along with supplements and aids for adult activities. As of now, Redding's downtown specific plan does not allow for adult stores, but Drew says if her business was a true adult store, she would not have her kids with her at work.
They don't see what adults see because I'm not grooming them to see that stuff.
On Tuesday night, Redding City Council will be discussing rules and ordinances on where adult stores can be in the city. Drew says she plans on speaking at the meeting to set the record straight on what it is her business offers.
Everybody goes to eat dinner or goes to a bar and has a drink or an event or a show, and I'm the last store open, and it's something for them to look forward to.
But she says she did not know it would be a topic for city council until the city's code enforcement team invited her last week.
I think we need to refocus our priorities in this town a little bit more than my little store that serves women.
Reporting in Reading, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
If the city of Reading eventually makes changes to zoning requirements for businesses, adult stores currently in operation would more than likely be grandfathered in and not have to move. Well, police arrested
a father for multiple charges, including manslaughter connected to the death of his 5-month-old child. First responders say just before midnight they responded to the area of Violet Way in Paradise, where the baby was reported to be not breathing. And despite life-saving measures, they were not able to save that baby. Detectives say after an investigation, they determined the baby's father, Daniel Eastman, was intoxicated and fell asleep on the child, resulting in the baby's death. Police arrested Eastman for child abuse, resulting in death and manslaughter as well.
President Donald Trump took the oath of office today, officially becoming the 47th President of the United States.
In his second non-consecutive term in the nation's highest office, that's what this is. And Trump was sworn in by Supreme Court Justice John Roberts with the same Bible used by Abraham Lincoln. It was held in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda to avoid dangerously cold weather. The president then delivered his inaugural address, saying he's ushering in a new era.
From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely, we will live proudly, we will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun.
Local representative to Congress on both sides of the aisle offered congratulations to the newly sworn-in president, talking about their goals, including our representative, Republican Doug LaMalfa, who said in part that he hopes to take further measures to prevent wildfires and support the farming industry. And California Democratic Senator Adam Schiff, who talked about working across the aisle to solve issues including inflation, housing, and job creation. And there's former President Biden leaving in Marine One. Congressman Doug LaMalfa shared these photos and videos with me of his day at the inauguration, including a run-in with Tucker Carlson and a tour of the outdoor area where the event would have taken place if not for the cold weather. Maybe we'll see that shot. There it is. Oh, now we're looking live now at our Alert California camera.
I would not have wanted, I think it turned out, we're seeing this local shot. But I would not have wanted to sit out there on the mall. It wasn't quite as bad as the forecast was looking late last week, but still, it was like upper 20s. No, thank you,
very
Howie.
cold. Yep, not the case here.
No. Chilly though here in the morning. Still, we're getting down into the mid to even the low 30s in some spot. But the difference maker we talked about earlier, our winds picked up again. So our day was very similar to what we had for the last week, but with those stronger winds. Yeah, that added a little bit of a bite to it, but the winds have dropped over the course of the last few hours, and by tomorrow morning, winds mostly should be on the calm side with a wind advisory lifted set to expire at 10 p.m. for the far southwest portion of the valley. And here are those wind advisories that I talked about. Higher elevations, we're seeing gusts. We've seen some gusts of over 50 in the valley today. I clocked a few at about 31, 32, but as you just saw, winds are starting to come down. Now, our winds will pick up again over the weekend and possible showers. We'll talk all about it.
Thanks, Howie.
Well, today, Reading honored Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as hundreds marched from the Shasta County Courthouse to Sequoia Middle School. The celebrations began with a prayer circle as participants reflected on Dr. King's message of peace and unity. After a bell-ringing ceremony at the McLaughlin Auditorium, attendees explored different booths with resources on ways to align with Dr. King's vision of equality and nonviolence.
We teach them the positive practices of Black and African diaspora, and also as well get them college ready. We have a village space forum, book grants, tutors, scholarship offers, just as well as just pretty much a safe space forum on campus, and to help them get college ready and move on to the next level.
And while this program is open to all students at Shasta College, it is specifically designed to increase the retention, success, and graduation rates of African American students. If you're interested in signing, we have a link on our website.
New at 6, Oroville's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Steering Committee set its all-time attendance record today, with about 300 people coming out to the Southside Community Center to celebrate the holiday. This year's theme was Cultivating Courage, We Are Not Going Back. The event kicked off with a pancake breakfast, and 12 local high school seniors took $500 each in scholarships, thanks to support from local businesses and community donations. The new bike bridge currently being built over East 20th Street in Chico will be dedicated to a Chico State student who was killed by a drunk driver while riding her bike.
You can see here the progress. They're making good progress here on that bridge. It will honor Christina Chesterman, a Chico State nursing student who was killed while riding in Chico, hit by a drunk driver in 2013. Her mother posted on Facebook that a plaque will be installed on the center of the bridge as a tribute to Christina. This trail runs north and south along Highway 99. The bridge is expected to be finished by April or May.
Firefighters in Southern California are making significant progress on the Los Angeles County fires. The Eaton fire is now 87% contained, the Palisades fire 59%. However, the National Weather Service has issued a warning of a particularly dangerous situation for parts of LA and Ventura counties through tomorrow morning because of low humidity and those swift Santa Ana winds, with gusts up to 60 miles per hour forecasted overnight. 27 people have died in those fires. We show you the chase as a store owner goes after suspected shoplifters when we come back.